Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. This is your favorite associate dean on the planet, Jeff Zarnick, ringing in to say, hey, for those of you who taught in EW6, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you did, especially in the summertime with all the distractions. The engagement levels were excellent, participation, personalization, all those assets that students in the often disconnected environment known as asynchronous or virtual learning, you guys really made those connections work. So thank you for doing that, and welcome to EW1. Just a couple of talking points on the performance side of the house and on the work side, right? The things that can drive us crazy. So let me just get on a brief list. But first, just let you know how to get a hold of me at 603-858-3817. That's 7 days a week. Don't hesitate to call. No call too small. Don't be embarrassed. Just give me a shout. Let me know what's going on. If you need any help during the course of the term, things happen. Family, work obligations, who knows. And naturally, sidebar, our thoughts and prayers are always going to be with those people down in Texas right now. We have students and faculty in that area. So, and we are working to support them from here. But if something comes up, call me. Let your team lead know as well, but just give me a shout. I need some help, all right? And we'll work together confidentially to help bridge those moments in time that might interfere or interrupt the flow of the course, okay? Connectivity and flow and immediacy of response, those types of things really calm the nerves of the angst-riddled adult learner that's in this particular environment. So we want to make sure things are seamless, but I want to make sure I support you, okay? So if something comes up, just let me know and we will work together, okay? That's number one. Faculty meetings, we'll be doing them throughout the term. I'd love to have faculty host them who wants to listen to me all the time. And you guys have some great ideas and strategies that are very effective and have worked quite well. And it's great to share. And speaking of sharing, make sure that you're signed into and participate. Look at the learning community, all right? It's really a great place to pick up some great, let's just say, information, advice, strategies, announcements, faculty spotlights. It's much better than the Blackboard team lead shells. And I like to be able to show off the faculty, too, as well. It's one of my favorite things to do, to get everybody to know that, you know what, right next to you is a rock star, too, as well. People that are out there in the business, in the field, in their professions, really working hard, but also doing something really extraordinary here, you know, in the SNHU learning environment. So get on board with the learning community, and if you're not in there, I'll send you an invite. And naturally, on the performance side of the house, what we look for, and I say we, you know, the team leads and I, etc., but the students, most importantly, are looking for personalization, calling them by their first name, referring to them by their first name while responding to them in the areas of the course that you own, which is the announcements. Students really rely on these announcements more often than not. I've heard from students, I'm sure you have too, that said, boy, without that clear and explicit announcement telling me what I did last week so I can play catch up, refresh my memory, whittle down some of the distractions, I get focused and allocate that attention. In addition to what do I need to do this week, that helps me with my daily calendar because I can feed my kids, go to work, and plan my week accordingly. If the announcements aren't clear like that and they're not posted on time, it can really set a student's week back severely. Time management, as you know, is one of it's the biggest challenge all of us face, faculty and students alike. So announcements really help them understand what's expected of them and craft them so they're clear and easy to read. Okay, that's it, because we're in a screen-based environment. In the screen-based environment, reading is on average 30% slower than the actual hard copy or paper reading. In addition to that, screen reading can be very difficult, and we're competing for scarce resources, i.e. their attention. So announcements should be clear and effective, and they really do rely on them, so they're not really for naught, all right? So announcements and your discussion boards. Again, personalization, engagement, getting them to think, and validating them. Perhaps maybe for the first time, and you've heard me talk about this before, but that's where you own it. That's where they're anxiously waiting on the other side of the keyboard to see how engaged and how dedicated, how much zeal does the instructor actually have for this course and for me. And again, I've always told this to everybody. I've never read an end-of-term comment where students said, I love Mod 5, that quiz or that paper was great. No, you know, it's Professor so-and-so took the time to explain and break down an assignment to me because I really didn't understand all the phrases, all the terms, etc., that are embedded there. And some of those phrases have multiple meanings for me, coming from a variety of different, what they call schemata, my previous learning experience, where I come from. So help them understand. Okay, break these assignments down. Discussion boards are great places to do that. And personalized interaction during the course of the term, creating videos that say, hey, look, I don't expect everyone to understand what the rubric is about, what the assignment language expects. Let me help you. Okay? Writing is key. We know that. But time management writing are interwoven. You've got to have time to plan your writing, and you need to have some time if the instructors do offer, if you guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you offer opportunities to revise. What I do, just a recommendation, and I do teach, is if I notice that they're having writing issues that the writing center can address, I will give them an opportunity to revise, but only if they go to the writing center to do it. Okay? So I have kind of a handshake agreement. And the writing center is phenomenal. I cannot tout the effectiveness, how great they really are at what they do in a short amount of time. Okay? So referrals to the writing center, engaging personalized commentary, open-ended questions and validation of the discussion board, and the rubrics. Use the rubrics. If a student score in the one particular element is exemplary, they've done it great, okay? You don't need to make any comments there. Let's get that on the table. There's no reason for it. What are you going to say? Way to go. But where there are deficits identified in those rubrics, make sure that you offer explicit commentary or feedback there. They need that. The end of the term or during the term, I need that if a student's disputing a grade and they say, I didn't understand what the instructor said, I don't think this grade is fair. I have to go back, I look at the rubric, and I look at the feedback and the direction or directives that the instructor gave for them to make improvements in this area. Okay, so that's very, very important. And your summative comments at the rubric have to speak to those elements where their deficits lie. Naturally, you applaud them for their strengths, but make sure you talk about the weaknesses and what needs to be done to overcome that, and then get them to the writing center if that's your diagnosis. But that's key. Make sure you do that. Copy and paste does not survive. It's not acceptable. I understand that you're in a hurry, you have a lot on your mind, a lot going, but you just can't do that. All right, that's just basically tantamount to mailing it in. It's a lot of work, I know that, but it is what it is, and we all need to do that. Okay? Grade discrepancies. Please utilize the rubrics, which means on the work side of the house, make sure all the elements are clicked on, it's been accepted. Right? If you do have a 0 as a placeholder and that grade is to change, you're probably going to have to manually change the grade and make sure the gradebook accepts that, and follow the grading formula that's in the syllabus. All right. If you have any questions about rounding grades, I'll send out that information to you, and I will continuously repeat that so you understand. Because at the end of the term, if a grade is incorrect, it can stymie a student's distribution of financial aid. That's a big problem, right? And then they can't move on. So grading discrepancies, please avoid them at all costs. Double check your rubrics, that they've all been clicked on and submitted correctly. Okay? And that's all I really have for EW1. We'll get together again. Don't forget to read the professional development articles I send out. They're not just for, whatever. They do speak directly to how best as an instructor can respond to all the idiosyncrasies and nuances and traits and characteristics of online learning. Okay? It helped me tremendously, and I know it's helped many, many instructors really up their game in terms of becoming an excellent online instructor. Thanks. Have a great term, and we shall talk soon.